everyone. Welcome to Italian Cowboy. My name is Debra.
And I'm Lowell.
And it is National Red Wine Day. So we're going to talk to you all about red wine. So come on in and let's get started.
So for National Red Wine Day, we've got a variety of red wines here. A lot of folks are familiar with the sort of common French varietals like Pinot Noir and Cabernet and Merlot. So we're just going to talk about a couple few and talk about what you can do with them, why you might want to drink them, because while it's National Red Wine Day, it's the end of August and it's cooling off up north, but is definitely still the heat of the summer here in the coastal bend. And so we tend to gravitate towards sort of the lighter bodied reds like, Pinot Nero, as the Italians call it, Pinot Noir that you're familiar with. A good analogy in Italy is Nebbiolo. You can see that when you pour it, it's just a lighter bodied, lighter colored wine. It's really nice and refreshing here. Some of these wines you could even start thinking about chilling. Certainly you drink most of these at room temperature, and that would be, room temperature in Europe, not room temperature with the doors open here in the coastal bend.
And one of the things that I think is important also to think about with red wine is some of those old rules that say you can only have red wine with this kind of food, or if it's fish, you can't have red wine. And one of the things that we would like to kind of get across is that when it comes to pairing, kind of throw out some of those old rules that you've heard before, because in fact you can pair red wine with the seafood, so much of the wonderful seafood that we enjoy down here in the coastal bend. You can pair red wine with it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And on the other hand, sometimes you want something a bit more dark and that would just be a little more fruit forward. Folks are familiar with Merlot. This is a Merlot blend from Italy, 70% Merlot, but it's just sort of a fruitier, more fruit-forward, darker version. Montepulciano di Abruzzo is a good Italian, it's a nice smooth wine, little more fruit. You compare that to something like Cabernet. Here we've got a really great Bulgari from coastal Italy, 80% Cabernet, but similarly, a darker fruit with a little more structure is the Dolcetto. So when you move from Merlot to Cabernet, you're moving from sort of darker fruity to dark and a little more complex. And you can even go darker still if you wanted, up towards Primitivo, which is sort of the equivalent of Zinfandel, and Nero d'Avolo, which is just a really dark, intense grape from Sicily. And some of these, if you're drinking by themselves, is just a question of what flavor profile you like. And if you're pairing them with food, as Deidre said, as you go darker, you definitely want a richer meal.
On Red Wine Day, just trying something maybe a little bit different. Try a new red wine from a new region, a new grape maybe that you haven't had before, and try it and see if you like it to celebrate Red Wine Day.
Yeah, think about it as traveling without leaving your house.
Absolutely, because we like to think of wine a lot like traveling. We tend to think it's the journey, it's not just the destination. It's really about trying and experiencing and understanding what you like, what you don't, and maybe why you don't like one wine as much as another one. But it's a great opportunity to get out there and try some different grapes, and lots of amazing red wines out there.
So thanks very much.
Thanks so much, y'all.
Try something new on National Red Wine Day.
Happy National Red Wine Day, everybody. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.